Greetings and welcome to the channel. This is Mikhailov from Team Retro, where we like retro games and the devices that bring them to us. I've been using the Odin 2 Mini for about a month since doing my first look video, and I have enough opinions now that it's time for that final review that I promised. So that's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to go over my thoughts on this device versus the Odin 2, do some testing, and I'll showcase some ways in which I am really enjoying this device. In doing so, I hope to help you determine if the Odin 2 Mini is worth your hard-earned dollar bucks. So with that, let's dive in and get to work. So I did a video about a month ago giving my first impressions on this handheld, so if you're looking for the unboxing experience as well as some screen comparisons versus the original Odin 2, definitely give that video a watch. At time of recording, the Odin 2 Mini is available direct from AYN's website, starting at $339 for the base model and $399 for the Pro model. The page still lists the device as available for pre-order, with shipments starting in late June, and you could still use the code Odin2Mini10 to get $10 off of the device. At this time, pre-ordered units are starting to get into customers' hands, and devices are shipping out. The handheld I will be using in this review is the black. In this review, I will do a few comparisons to the original Odin 2, and the base model is still on sale for $299. That's worth noting because these devices both run on the same Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, so performance will be similar across these two devices. So let's go ahead and hop on our mount and ride back into Spec Town for a quick review of the hardware. The CPU is powered by a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor with an Adreno 740 GPU. Depending on which model you pick up, you will receive 128 or 250 gigabytes of onboard storage with microSD card expansion. The base model comes with 8 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM, while the Pro model comes with 12 gigabytes. This device advertises a 5-inch mini LED screen, and the Mini is also equipped with a smaller 5,000 mAh battery compared to the 8,000 mAh battery in the original Odin 2. There is one USB-C port that is capable of video out, as well as a second video out via a micro HDMI connection. The Odin 2 Mini has front-facing dual speakers for sound, and for connectivity, there is Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.3. The device ships with Android 13. In my last video, we did a screen comparison of the mini LED of the Odin 2 Mini versus the screen of the original Odin 2, and we addressed the vignetting issues that a mini LED screen can potentially have. However, I can tell you in this past month of testing and playing the device, I personally have not been sensitive to any vignetting. In fact, I've really enjoyed gaming on this screen. It's just the right size for some of my favorite handheld systems such as Game Boy Advance, and the 16:9 aspect ratio even makes some modern gaming possible, such as Android gaming, streaming, and Nintendo Switch. That said, I enjoy the ergonomics of the Odin 2 so much more than the Odin 2 Mini. The Odin 2 has more of a controller grip, which makes it better for longer play sessions. The Mini has that flatter grip with finger rests on the back, reminiscent of the PlayStation Vita. This is meant to be a more portable device, and I don't necessarily enjoy using this handheld for longer play sessions, nor do I enjoy it for harder games like platformers. However, I found that this thing shines when it comes to turn-based games, RPGs, and puzzle games. It's a great machine for Pokemon, and if those types of games are your thing, this could be the device for you. If you are more into platformers and shooters, and games where you need to have a more comfortable grip, you might want to pick up the original Odin 2 instead. Speaking of which, let's showcase some real-life battery performance using both the Odin 2 and the Odin 2 Mini. Both have very good batteries, but the Odin 2 has a bigger 8,000 milliamp hour battery, and it definitely shows in the performance. But the Odin 2 Mini is no slouch, and I found that the battery efficiency went toe-to-toe with the original Odin 2. So we're going to test these systems in some real-world battery testing running for about an hour each. Both systems are at 50% brightness and are using a standard performance mode. Playing an hour of the Mask for SNES under those settings puts us at 93% battery life on both the Odin 2 and the Odin 2 Mini. Trying something a little stronger like PS2, I played an hour of Half-Life on the Odin 2, and that put me at 91% and 88% on the Odin 2 Mini. And the last test I did was standby mode. So I left both systems on with the screen off for 1 hour in sleep mode, and when I came back, the battery was still at 100% on both systems. Now, it is pretty obvious that the Odin 2 will get you more battery life just because it has a bigger battery, but the difference between the Odin 2 and the Odin 2 Mini in real-world use, in my opinion, seems very negligible. If you've been following my Odin 2 content, you'll know that that device can pretty much handle anything that Android is capable of, including emulation up to PS2 and Nintendo Switch. So I want to spend this section of my review talking about the ways in which I've been enjoying this device. The Odin 2 Mini has been the perfect handheld to play before bed, as the size to me, personally, is just right for cozying up with a blanket and winding down after a long day. As such, I haven't wanted to play anything too stressful on this handheld. And so, I've been keeping the puzzle games like Tetris, turn-based RPGs like Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, and even some cozy games. All of these games play very well on this handheld and are a joy to play on this screen. I've also done some Moonlight streaming because I really got into the Steam version of Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana, and I actually beat this game on the Odin 2 Mini. Now it's time to wrap things up with my final thoughts. As I mentioned in my first look video, this device packs the same power as the Odin 2. Now this is a double-edged sword, as we'll get into a little bit later, but the positive of this is now you have options. Do you want a small, portable handheld or a bigger one? Since the price points are similar and the Eternals are also similar, you're really only deciding on size at this point. And it's great to have options. I found the size of this device to be a great cozy machine, meaning this device is great to settle down and relax with a puzzle game or something that isn't going to stress you out. This device is not for Call of Duty or Souls-like. This device is for chill games. So if you're that kind of gamer like myself, the Odin 2 Mini will be a good fit. However, after using this device for a month, I'm still not a fan of these ergonomics. It might be a me problem, but my hands cramp with no grip, and I don't want to buy or print a grip for this handheld because that would destroy the portability. Unfortunately though, the ergonomics make me want to pick up the Odin 2 Mini only for shorter game sessions. And at that $320 starting price point, I have other cheaper handhelds that could do the same job with better ergonomics. This means the only reason to get the Odin 2 Mini is if you want both portable and powerful. If you only need powerful or you only need portable, there might be better options out there. The battery is also weaker than the Odin 2 due to it being a smaller device. Which brings me to my last point. The fact that this is currently $20 more than the Odin 2 base makes it a hard recommend over the original Odin 2. The original is more comfortable, it has a bigger screen, and it lasts a little bit longer. Plus, the Odin 2 has other bonuses like a fingerprint sensor and LED lighting. The only thing the Mini has over the OG Odin 2 is that it's smaller. Therefore, if you already have an Odin 2, this is not really going to be an upgrade, more of a side grade. However, despite that, I find myself enjoying the Odin 2 Mini in certain use cases. It's a great handheld to pick up before bed, it's nice and portable for travel, and you can't argue with the power of a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. It's just going to do anything that Android can do. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this a device you are considering? Do you have one already? And what do you use your Odin 2 Mini for? And please feel free to continue the conversation on the Retro Handhelds and Steam Machine Discords, where you could find me hanging out in between videos. And if you want to support the show, like these wonderful people on the screen, you could do so by going to my Patreon page. Links for all those places are in the description. But that'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please be sure to like and subscribe if this video was helpful to you in any way. Every smash of that button helps the channel grow and allows me to get more content out to you. But until next time, bye for now, and don't stop believing.